Given the nickname the Oracle of Omaha, the single most successful investor of the 20th century, named as one of the most influential people by Times Magazine, with a net worth of over $70 billion, which is more than the GDP of half the world's countries. Most important of all, a man who speaks with a clear vision and executes things in a way such that everyone is benefited out of it. A transformational and one of the greatest leaders of all time. Here's for you, Warren Buffett.
Some people are better at certain things than others. You know, there's a lot of people who can sing a lot better than I can. I'm better at making money than most people.
If you'd trusted him to look after $10,000 for you when he started out, you'd have a cool $50 million now.
In a year, he writes only one letter with two statements, that is his vision of the organization. He reminds and motivates his employees to follow this vision for the organization to be successful and for individuals to be successful.
He looks for three qualities: integrity, intelligence, and energy. If you don't have the first one, the integrity, the other two will kill you. This is what Warren Buffett believes in, and this will lead to individual and organizational success.
I really like to talk about that first one because we know you've got the second two. And to play along with me in a little game for just a second in terms of thinking about that question. You've all been here, I guess almost all of your second year MBAs, and you've gotten to know your classmates. And think for a moment that I granted you the right to buy 10% of one of your classmates for the rest of his or her lifetime. Now you can't pick one with a rich father; that doesn't count. I mean, you've got to pick somebody who's going to do it on their own merit. And I gave you an hour to think about it. Which one are you going to pick among all your classmates as for the one you want to own 10% of for the rest of their lifetime? And are you going to give them an IQ test? Pick the one with the highest IQ? I doubt it. Are you going to pick the one with the best grades? I doubt it. You're not even going to pick the most energetic one necessarily. You're the one that displays the most initiative. But you're going to start looking for qualitative factors in addition to, because everybody's got enough brains there.
Great passion to take his organization and employees at the top. He motivates his employees to achieve higher targets. During recession, Warren Buffett motivated his employees to reach their maximum potential, which resulted in a 150% return of all the investments back in 2011.
He respects the work of all employees and always projects the name of the employer when the work is being showcased. Individual contribution thereby makes the organization successful.
You should understand what you buy. Now, if you buy a farm, you look at the farm and you say, I expect to get so many bushels per acre of corn or soybeans, and you figure out how much that'll be worth, and then you figure out what the price should be. If you buy an apartment house, you look at what the rentals will be and what the taxes and expenses will be, and then you decide how much income you'll have, and you pay a fair price for that. But you don't, in stocks, people, you know, their neighbor whispers something to them and they run out and spend money that it took them years to earn. So you always want to look at the productive ability of the asset you're buying, whether it's a farm, apartment house, or a company, but the company is represented by a stock. And if you always get your money's worth, you'll do very well. I send one message out every year and a half or 2 years to the next. They get one letter from me every couple of years, and it says, run this business like it's the only business that your family can own for the next 100 years. You can't sell it, but every year, don't measure it by the earnings in that quarter of that year. Measure it by whether the moat around that business, what gives it competitive advantage over time, is widened or narrowed. And if you keep doing that for 100 years, it's going to work out very well. And then I tell them, basically, if the reason for doing something is everybody else is doing it, it's not good enough. I mean, if you have to use that as a reason, forget it. You haven't got a good reason for doing something, so never use that.
Okay.
There are really no people like Warren where, you know, we should sit back and benefit from the deep thinking he's done about business since he was very young.
I think it's all about, I'm the world's greatest investor and I've got $40 billion to prove the point.